Want to make a podcast? Spotify's got a platform that's going to let you make one super easily. And then you can distribute it everywhere and even earn money doing this. All in one place. And it's free. It's called Spotify for Podcasters. Here's how it works. Spotify for Podcasters lets you record and even edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Then you can distribute your podcast to Spotify and everywhere else podcasts are heard.
Ever since we discovered Spotify for Podcasters, it's been really great. Really get the people involved and ask questions and get ideas for new podcasts. So it's really helped us. And I highly recommend you give it a try. So download the Spotify for Podcasters app or go to www.spotify.com/podcasters to get started.
It fooled me, we can't get fooled again.
In Dallas, Texas, 3 shots were fired at President Kennedy's motorcade in downtown Dallas.
December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy.
You don't know what you're talking about, do you?
Because people have got to know whether or not their president's a crook. Well, I'm not a crook. I've earned everything I've got. If you don't like what we tell you to believe in, we'll kill you.
All right, kids. Listen. Don't listen to this podcast.
Don't listen to this.
If you're not of age.
What's of age?
18.
16?
18. We're a bunch of dudes, and we're going to say some really bad words.
Okay, everybody, welcome back to the Conspiracy Podcast.
Yes.
What's going on, guys?
We're here on a lovely, lovely evening. Well, it's technically the day for you guys, but it's fine.
Yeah, well, no. I mean, some get at it.
I don't know. Maybe in
12:01.
Cyprus, it's
Also, it gets released West Coast at 9 o'clock on Mondays.
West Coast time?
Oh wow!
Yeah.
West Coast gets it
Because East Coast is 12:01.
Oh, right.
We released it 12:01, so West Coast gets
but that would be 9 a.m.
9. No, 12:01
12:01 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they get it at 9 p.m. Yeah.
For you West Coastians.
Okay, so we are doing this episode. It's a little bit Halloweeny.
Happy Halloween.
All Hallows Eve.
Yeah, next week or so. This episode is really going to be a little bit different because we have one of our outstanding Patreons who is the research lead on this episode.
Yes.
And her name is Caprice.
Caprice.
Thank you.
And she has helped tremendously. So we're going to call her the lead researcher on this project.
Yes, indeed.
right.
And so much appreciated. And if you're not part of our Patreon, get in there.
If you're not part of Patreon, fuck you.
Get in there. Yeah.
You can never be lead researcher unless you're in the Patreon.
Yeah. Now that we already have a lead researcher, you will be a junior researcher.
A junior lead.
Yeah.
We're looking for a lead videographer. Anybody
Yeah,
We
wants
are.
Yeah, we are. Yeah,
Yeah.
an editor, video editor.
If you're listening, you want to get in
this.
this Patreon
That's what I
goodness,
meant.
Yeah.
send a
So-
picture of my dog.
So this episode is about Martha Moxley. Have you guys ever heard of Martha Moxley?
I
No
actually have
idea.
not.
Never.
Heard
idea.
about
Never.
Moxley.
Okay, so you guys don't know the story.
No, I have
Awesome.
no idea.
I actually like that.
This is Eric's favorite
Yes.
scenario.
Yeah.
When it's just completely
Because he's got the advantage. He's got the.
I have the advantage.
I know he's like,
Yes.
you're wrong.
I know.
You're
Yeah.
wrong, Sean. Shut the fuck up.
No, but I like the concept of it. You guys hear
It's like a
everything that's
new-
been put together,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you can make a
We're almost like a listener.
Yeah.
Like right now, we're
Yeah.
a listener, but we
Yeah.
happen to be hosts.
That's right.
So it's like a host
That's right.
listener.
Yeah.
So it's like all of us against Eric. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. And I feel like it'd be really great if we had like a little bonfire in the middle. And like Eric's got like a flashlight on his face. It was
No.
They have one of those now. It's
1960.
like, they have one of those
Who's
tables.
touching my toe? Stupid.
I know,
Stupid, but I love it. Okay, so this is a strange story, and the story continues today. This is about the death of Martha Moxley.
She's got a great name, but
Yeah.
Martha Moxley.
So why does this qualify for the conspiracy podcast? I'll tell you. The prime suspect in this case is the cousin of Robert F. Kennedy.
So
We can't get away from the Kennedys.
Yeah,
we got
so-
so much content.
well,
I know.
there's so many of
I
them.
know, I know,
There's
I
like
know.
70.
So many.
Like, I know,
Never-ending
it's like-
content.
So to give you an idea, the main suspect in this is his dad is Ethel Kennedy's brother. Ethel Kennedy was married to and had like 38 children with Robert Kennedy.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so they're cousins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a cousin,
like
sorry.
second cousin.
Yeah, yeah,
it's like
exactly.
a second.
Yeah,
Is it
yeah.
second or I don't know how that works.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking
So-
family trees bullshit.
In Mexico, everybody's cousin.
And I'm like, hey,
that would definitely qualify as my cousin.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah, like first
I
cousin.
think that would qualify as like you're my brother.
Yeah.
It's like at that point.
Cousin is like 5
I
times
know.
removed. It's like,
It's like-
oh, you're still my cousin.
Yeah, your cousin's like the guy who works at the gas station. Like, what up, Blair?
Hey, primo.
Cousin, primo.
You know, that is the interesting part about the culture.
Mhm. Oh, dude, my cousins are my
I mean-
they're
I
like
mean-
my brother. Like Sean and I have kids close in age,
Yeah.
and so I'm always like, hey, Uncle Sean. You know?
Oh, of course. I say that, all the time to my daughter. She's like
Yeah.
2, and I'm like, oh, it's Uncle Jorge.
So then when you grow up, it's like all your dad's friends are like,
Well,
they're
yeah.
all uncles,
100%,
everybody's a cousin.
yeah.
So is that like that in that culture where they're
100%.
not actually related to you?
Yes,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where you're like, yeah, this is my cousin.
Yeah,
And,
but you're like,
know,
hey.
No, I just went to high school with him.
Yeah.
It's like loose as
Yeah.
fuck. You're like,
Yeah.
Like
we
Neto.
we partied.
Neto's my brother.
Neto's
He's my brother.
Like, he's no familiar. He's no blood
Nothing.
relation at
No
all.
blood
No
relation.
marriage. No nothing.
But I've known him since I was 12,
I
so
got you.
he's
Yeah, I
my
got
brother
you.
now.
So it's almost like there's another definition for cousin where it's
I
like
know.
you're
It's not the real definition.
Yeah.
connected.
Yeah, it's like a connection because like a cousin already is kind of loose.
Yeah.
It's like meh.
Oh, yeah.
Anything that's you would like help them out in a bind.
Yeah.
Cousin, like,
Yeah.
cousin for sure. Yeah. Primo, but primo.
Okay. Well, so I'm going to take you back to the 70s. I'm going to take you back
Okay.
to the 70s. Now, what's interesting is if you guys listen to Chappaquiddick, you'll know that there was a Kennedy scandal in the early 70s, in
Oh,
the
yeah.
late 60s.
Big,
right?
big fucking
And
scandal.
that was Chappaquiddick
And
Island.
that was Mary Jo Kopechne.
Mary Jo Kopechne and all that sort of thing. So we're just going to honestly fast forward a couple years
Yeah,
to
like
this story.
6 weeks later.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Martha. Martha Elizabeth Moxley, she was born August 16th, 1960. Her mom was named Dorothy. Her dad was John.
Okay, sorry. Quick stop. 1960. So this happened when?
This happened in 1975.
So she was literally 15 years
She was
old.
15.
Oh Christ!
Yeah.
Sorry, that's like the
Yeah,
first
no
like
problem.
sketch
Yeah.
thing.
No, and you know, we will. I'm going to give you a couple more disclaimers as we go along because there is a main disclaimer part that
yeah,
it's not
Understood.
a fun, especially because you guys have daughters and
yeah. They're like,
and
if you
it's-
don't, if you like, the skip,
It's-
fast forward 18 minutes
Yes,
from this point,
yeah,
if
yeah,
you don't want.
exactly.
Yeah, like my
Exactly.
wife will stop listening.
Yeah,
She'll be
yeah.
like off.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. My mom did that on Princess Diana.
Oh wow!
She was listening to that episode, and then
And like when
was
she
just
like died, she's like, nope,
Too
fuck
hard.
this.
like, I
too
didn't
hard.
want to listen.
Yeah.
To
It's
this
too
part.
real.
And
It's
so
too
we just
real.
Fast forwarded. Yeah. Okay, so she was born in 1960. So her mom was Dorothy, and her dad was John David Moxley. She had an older brother, John, who was 2 years older, and they grew up in California. Martha was described as family-oriented. She was a beaming personality, beautiful blonde hair. She smiled all the time. She was a happy person. She was a happy girl, Her brother said Martha was a person who had everything in the world going for her. She was friendly, athletic. She was good in arts. Everything seemed to come very easily to Martha. She was very easy to get along with, upbeat, friendly, and she was the kid you like to be around.
I know, I'd have to do this because I'm a piece of shit. But like, I watch a lot of Forensic Files, I do, and they always do the same thing. Oh, they were the best. I'm like, well, I mean, most like young humans are pretty vibrant,
Pretty
and full
good.
of life,
Yeah.
and like vivacious,
Most.
and like
yeah.
most. I would say most.
Are you saying you don't believe?
No, I
Or because she died that
No,
week?
no, it's a personal
Oh.
thing because I've always thought this because like I've watched 400 episodes of Forensic Files,
Mm-hmm.
literally, and it's always she had the word, but it's everyone's the same. I'm like,
Yeah.
you gotta think eventually, where's the dud? Where are they gonna be? Like, yeah, she fucking sucked. I hated her. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
not saying this with this.
yeah,
kid. It was
no,
just
absolutely.
a personal
I get
thing
it.
that
I
I
get
wanted to say because I don't.
get it.
I know I'm not the only one who thinks that.
Mm.
I was hoping to resonate with a couple of our listeners and be like, "Fucking God, somebody fucking
Well,
caught on to this
Based
shit."
based on their friends, family, and
I
that
bet
sort
she
of
was
thing,
awesome. I bet she was fucking
She
awesome.
seems to be.
I guarantee she was.
or at least
I hope
she
her
was so
friends
young.
and family say that.
Fucking stole my lunch money. She's
my
bullying
daughter
me.
sucked.
Okay. The dad's like, ugh.
Okay, so her father was a partner in a large accounting firm. And as a result, he moved his family in the summer of 1974 to an extremely wealthy gated community
Brentwood.
known as
Sorry.
Bellhaven
Ooh, that's
in Greenwich, Connecticut, right?
Oh wow, you got to
So
be
this
rich
is
to
a
live in
this is a
Connecticut.
community
Oh, yeah.
that's on the border of Connecticut and New York.
It's like the private school capital of the world. Like
It's
fucking
insane.
Connecticut. Yeah.
Their new estate on Walsh Lane was a massive property. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about the property because of how
This will make me
it is.
jealous as
Yes.
fuck.
Okay.
He bought it for $8,000.
So 3 acres, okay,
Jesus
in a
Christ.
gated
That's
community.
pretty big.
That's
Yeah.
massive.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
humongous.
The home was 9,000 square feet.
And he's got one kid. Like,
9,000
what the
square
fuck?
feet, right? And it's just, it was the highest end that you can get, really.
Yeah.
You go there and it's just the mansion.
Top of the 1%.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. And they got
it's-
like horses and shit
Yes.
just fucking running free.
Yep. Yep.
Mustangs.
So
It's a
when,
pet horse, you know.
Fuck it.
and she's the one. It's the type of community where you get the actual pony.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For your
You know,
birthday?
for-
Oh,
yeah,
like
for the
100%.
quinceanera and you get an actual
Like a
pony. comes
legit-
out.
Except
like
it was
a
like the
legit-
5-year-old birthday party, not even the
Yeah.
quinceañera.
No, it's like,
Yeah.
it's just,
But so in 1974, she wrote in her diary, she said, "Dear diary, 1974 has been one of the best years of my life."
So she's 14 right now.
She's 14. Well, I hope 75 is a good one.
man, the
You
fact
know?
that she, like,
I know, right?
she had a
It's just-
diary. She
yeah.
clearly was with it
Yeah.
because I don't
Yeah.
remember when I was
I
15
know,
years
yeah, I
old.
know.
So another friend of hers said she was not a wallflower. She wanted to meet everybody. You know, like the social, she
Yeah.
was happy, bubbly, that kind of thing.
Social butterfly.
There you go.
Yeah, social butterfly.
Exactly.
So she was a joy to be around. She was well liked. She was popular, especially with the boys.
I was gonna say with the buzz,
She was popular with the boys.
with the rich cunts.
And her friend
Connecticut.
said she just made
Sorry.
you feel like you were the center of the world. You know? So in the year leading up to what happened to her, she made a bunch of friends, but she also started dating a boy named Peter Zaluka. And they played tennis at the club.
And it sounds
They
like it sounds like
swam on
about.
the
Did he drive like a
team.
T-bird or
Yes,
something? Like,
yes,
Zaluka.
yes. Sometimes they would even get a little wild in their teenage, nightlife and smoking, drinking, staying up until 3, 4 in the morning in the neighborhood that's gated,
Nice.
right?
I was not in my neighborhood when
Yes.
I was doing that.
Mm.
I would go to like the park.
Yeah.
Like literally.
The
in park.
city park.
No, like
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I didn't own it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I literally got arrested in the park. I was in
Nice.
the neighborhood, and there's a park right there, and I got arrested.
Mm.
My neighborhood was fucking apartments, so we just go under the stairs.
Oh my god, Jorge. Like, Jorge's in like the slums.
Yeah,
He's
seriously.
Like, he's like, well, and my apartment wasn't really an apartment. It was just it was a giant storage bay where we all lived.
The projects.
I know, right? Fucking
Okay, it wasn't that bad.
section ocho.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about her neighbors real quick. Okay, and I'm going to show you actually a picture. So Martha Moxley lives here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
The Moxley residence.
And then the Skagel, that's their name. The
Skagels.
Skagels lives right there.
All right, so it's
So
like
you
4
see-
houses away, but
That's right.
That's probably
But
like
it's
a
so
20
far-
acres.
yeah, it's so far away,
It's
yeah.
a little bit of across the street, but not quite across. You could go.
It's like across the
Yes.
street if you're rich.
Yes.
It's like a fucking, it's like across the plantation.
Exactly. Now the Skagels are the Kennedy cousins.
Oh, okay. This is
Okay.
these are the,
This is who they are, right? And the 2 kids are named Tommy and Michael Skagel.
okay.
These are the key players in this scenario. So
Of
remember
course.
that Tommy and Michael Skagel.
And these guys are like platinum spoon babies.
Yes, big time.
100%,
Big
yeah.
time. This is even the Kennedy money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah,
it reminds me of like Veruca Salt.
Right.
Don't care how.
Yeah.
I want it now.
I love it. That was a good one.
Dude,
that was good.
thank
That was a
you.
good impression.
That sounds just
Okay, so
like
the
her.
2 Skagel brothers, Tommy and Michael, they had 5 other siblings.
Damn.
And they were the children of a man named Rushton, Walter Skagel, and Anne Elizabeth Reynolds. Their father was the brother of Ethel Kennedy, who was the wife of Robert Kennedy.
All right, so
Wait,
they were
say
like
it again. Say it again. The father was
the brother of Ethel,
Ethel, who married Robert.
who married Robert and had so many kids.
So he just got he lucked into this. He was
Yeah, basically.
Good job, Ethel. Woo! Like fucking in.
And now, to present day, means he is the cousin of Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
I mean, logically. Yeah. Okay, good. Okay,
thank you for that.
Yeah, I know. Just to make sure.
To this
to make
day.
sure. Yeah. To this day, it continues.
Right now.
Yeah. Okay, so Thomas at the time was Tommy. We're going to say Tommy. Yeah?
Tommy sounds better.
Tommy was 17. His younger brother was 15.
Okay.
Okay.
So his younger brother was the same age as homegirl.
That's right.
Right.
Now, these two brothers were notably rambunctious, had tempers, and were rivals with each other in sports and with women or girls.
Sounds
you
like
know?
classic.
You only have sisters, right?
Yeah, I do have a brother, but we didn't really. Long story, but yeah, some of my sisters, yeah, and they were rivals, and they fucking beat the shit out of each other, and I was just like,
The sisters, you mean?
Oh,
Your
yeah.
sisters? Yeah.
I was
Really?
like, hey, yeah.
What about you? Were you like that with your brother, rival, and like?
Well, with your brothers, he's got fucking 5 brothers.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't call rivals. You know, we were spaced out enough
true.
to where that we were friends, and then you know,
cool.
there's also a lot of there's step too. So we were friends before, and then you know, so it wasn't quite. I wouldn't call it rivalry.
Not like this.
Not like this at
yeah.
all.
Were you a rival with Ollie?
No, not
Were you
at
guys
all.
fighting over the same?
Not at all.
poon?
We were like fucking
Yeah.
best friends.
Yeah, okay.
Fucking,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, so there you go. So these kids
Rich
are
white kids.
These kids, these kids are known as being literally they're described as rambunctious. You know,
I mean, that's a bad sign. Right
Yeah.
there.
yeah.
So 2 years prior to this situation, the mom died of cancer.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. So obviously that has a major impact in the
Of course,
the growing
yeah.
up and that sort of thing. And
Kids are just gonna be pissed
yes,
all the
yeah.
time. I would be.
And so then the father was a very wealthy person. Now he lost his wife. And so basically he just let the nannies and the caretakers take care of him.
Oh,
and
he's
he
like,
would just go out of town.
I can't deal. Like,
Yeah.
I'm out.
He would just go out of town all the time and not really. And it is said and quoted that his method of being a father
It was terrible.
was hands off.
Yeah.
You know, and it's even quoted as hands off, wallet out approach.
Oh yeah, it's like, what do you need? Okay, fucking Amex.
Yes. Yeah. I'm not in town until September.
Yeah, like,
So just
and meanwhile,
you know,
he's
yes.
actually in town, but he's like staying at like the fucking. He's like
He just doesn't
he's
wanna
at the-
deal
he's
with
at the
them.
economy suites. He's like, ugh, fuck these kids. I'm out of here.
So Martha even wrote in her diary, she recounted an incident when Michael was drunk. And she wrote in an entry and it said, Michael was so totally out of it that he was being a real asshole in his actions and his words. He kept telling me that I was leading Tom on when I don't like him, except as a friend. Michael
Michael's
jumps.
a younger brother.
Yeah, Michael jumps to conclusions. I can't be friends with Tom just because I talk to him. It doesn't mean that I like him just because I talk to him.
I see. Okay.
I really have to stop going over there.
Oh wow! So she
And
she was with. She's
we
actually
have
smart as fuck.
We have a picture of that entry in the journal.
She's got pretty solid handwriting.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Okay, so kind of laying the scene here. They're neighbors. They're kind of friends. They're the same age. These guys are a little aggressive, a little dudes, like
Yeah.
trying to get on.
And
right?
she's maybe I should stop hanging out with them.
Yeah,
these
that's
guys
right.
are bad news.
Yep.
The fact that she realized that they were bad news at 15 is impressive.
Yeah. There's one little.
I believe the hype. Man.
Yeah,
I believe the hype.
There's a story that she wrote in the diary, and it said she described a trip. She said, me, Jackie, Michael, Tom, Hope, Maureen, and Andra went driving in Tom's car. It's a lot of people
That's
in one
18
car.
people in the car. It was like a shaggin' wagon.
Yeah.
What the fuck? This is.
And she says, I drove a little. Then I was practically sitting on Tom's lap because I was only steering. He kept putting his hand on my knee. He kept doing stuff like that. Jesus, if Peter, her boyfriend, remember Peter, the guy, the country club, the tennis?
Oh,
yeah. Peter, whatever with the Italian
Peter
name. Yeah.
Sicurli, yeah, whatever. Jesus, if Peter ever found out, I would be dead.
Oh wow. So maybe Peter's the culprit here.
Okay. So both Skakel boys had crushes on Martha and making those friendships really weird and awkward the whole time.
Yeah.
But you're at that age where it's like everybody's kind of
Everything's awkward.
Well, it's also
yeah.
you're at that age
yeah.
where it's like you're like
Yes.
I just get boners all the time.
Yep.
I just want to like
Yes.
for no reason at all. Just like, fuck, what's happening?
It's really windy. Boner.
I know you're like, oh my God, look at her. She's got a body. Oh, yeah.
I know.
It doesn't even matter if it's good.
It's really fucked up on Mother Nature's part, isn't it?
It's weird.
I know.
I know.
I saw an ankle.
I know.
Boner.
It's a really testament to survival where
Oh, yeah. They're like,
males-
reproduce.
Yeah, men it's just a constant almost thing of
It's weird.
reproduce. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is strange. Anyways, okay, so now we come to the night and it's October 30th, 1975.
Oh.
Okay.
So this is pretty much the anniversary of when this happened, October 30th, 1975. The eve of Halloween in the town of Greenwich was recognized by the youth as Mischief Night. You ever heard of Mischief Night?
I mean, that was just
It's
like
a thing.
that was like Airy Night.
Yeah. No, so Mischief Night is a thing that happens in the Northeast, and it's on Halloween or the day before Halloween.
Still
And-
fuck shit up.
So the
And the
30th.
kids go out and they egg shit,
Oh,
they
okay.
toilet paper, they ding dong ditch, they, you know what I
Like
mean? Like
poop fire.
throwing yeah, that's called the Night of Mischief, and
Alright.
it's a Mischief Night, you know, and it's
God.
actually became a thing.
I never had it. I wish I did. That
Yeah,
sounds fun
it
as
sounds
fuck.
fun.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's a night in which friends go out and they ding dong ditch, TP, blah blah blah.
But it's funny,
it's
like,
raising mayhem.
But it's
you
funny,
know?
I think about that now. If that happened to me, I'd be so fucking pissed.
If you got toilet paper,
Oh, dude, I'd come out outside with my gun. Like, you have 5 seconds, get the fuck off
Where the fuck
property.
are you?
and then the kids are like, "You old bastard!"
I'm like,
Shut up now.
Shooting rounds off. Like, fucking-
Do you know how much of a nightmare it is cleaning up old wet toilet paper?
Oh my God, it's got to be the worst.
Oh my god!
Dude,
it
I-
sticks
I-
in the trees and.
Well, I went through a little vandalism stage when I was younger.
Sorry.
I did. Wow.
How many people go through a vandalism stage?
Apparently, Sean did.
I did. All right, look. Fuck you, Eric. I'm trying to be real. I'm trying to be real. I went to a little
You went through a
vandalism
stage.
stage,
Yeah.
and I can just only imagine. I did a lot of fucked up shit when I was 14.
Yeah, same
Yeah.
age. This exact.
Mhm.
you
But
know.
like we were doing terrible things. Like we were, you know,
hitting mailboxes with baseball bats.
It's not
I mean-
mischief night. It was like felony night.
dude, this
Oh,
is
yeah.
like all hella felony night. Like we ripped off.
What's
like,
that movie where like there's no rules?
Oh,
one night?
like the Purge.
yeah. His was Purge Night.
Mine was like Purge without like rape and murder.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
we
yeah.
would rip off the emblems of a Jaguar emblem. Rip
Oh,
them
yeah.
off. Like
Oh,
it's-
no.
rip those
And the
off.
Mercedes
So
ones.
mean.
Oh, Mercedes ones. Dude, I
There's
literally
no
have a
point
bag.
in
I had
that.
a
It's
bag
not even a prank.
in the
It's
floor.
just mean.
Dude, I had a bag of it in the floorboards of my room, like literally on the floorboards. And we used to
I did
like
that one time.
We'd stab tires and then
What?
Yeah,
What?
Dude,
Yeah,
you were like,
Oh, I'd be
you
so
were
pissed.
like, you know those bad guys in the 50s, like the greasers, and they were just the riffraff, and the old lady would be like, "There's
Isn't
a
this
bunch
like-
of
isn't
riffraff
this-
over here."
What's that movie? The
Outsiders?
The Outsiders.
Yeah,
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 the
yeah,
Outsiders.
yeah, for
I know
sure.
it's like with my little switchblade,
know.
fucking ready to stab motherfuckers. Yes, I
You
did
got a
that.
cigarette up here,
And I remember because my dad bought me this like knife set for my birthday, and my mom was like,
What a bad
my mom was
idea.
like, "You fucking idiot!
Yeah.
Todd. Like, why would you do that?" And I'm like, "Mom, it's okay." And
Yeah.
I instantly use it for terror,
Right.
like a fucking piece
Sweetie,
of.
but
sweetie,
the-
don't you know he's going through a vandalism stage? God damn.
Don't you see the signs of the vandalism stage? I felt so bad. For
Clear
the people around me.
signs.
The clear signs.
It's obviously going on right now. Oh my
We're a
god.
piece of shit.
That's
Oh
insane.
man.
Okay, well,
Anyways.
Sean was here. Sean was there.
I was in
Yeah.
Greenwich.
Yes. Yeah. Well, he wouldn't be let in the gate.
I was one of the housekeepers' sons in Greenwich. They wouldn't be letting the gate. Sir, you don't live here.
Sorry, sir.
We know you
We
don't live
could
here.
clearly see.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's vandalism night.
It's
What?
it's vandalism.
I don't
Let me
understand.
in.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, sir.
Please.
Yes.
It's vandalism.
Okay, so Martha participated in Mischief Night.
Mhm.
So she went out on the town, or it's not really the
On the
town.
town,
You go out in your own
the
neighborhood.
cul-de-sac?
Yeah, you go out in your hood.
She was out in
Yep.
the hood. Yeah.
Yep. Now here's the funny part. A week earlier, she was out over in the neighborhood until 4 a.m, drinking, smoking cigarettes, and stuff like that. So she came home. She was grounded.
Well, no shit.
Yeah. So her parents were like, "You can't go to Mischief Night now."
You can't go to Mischief Night. They're
Yeah.
like, you get like permission to go
Yeah.
to Mischief Night?
Yeah.
Go fuck
So
up all our houses.
Her dad was out of town.
They were like, it's okay. We'll just pay the fucking.
I know, whatever.
The help.
Somehow,
What do you think the HOA is for? Fuck this.
so somehow she talked her mom into letting her go.
Mom's such a sucker. She was probably like 8 martinis
I
in.
know.
Whatever.
No. Can you imagine how much she regrets that exact moment?
Oh, God.
You know, I mean, now that I brought it
Jesus
real to you guys.
Christ. Wow.
Can you imagine though?
No, I can't
I
imagine,
know.
Eric.
I feel so sorry for Dorothy on that. Yeah.
Never recover.
Yeah.
No, I'm having a hard time recovering right now.
Yeah.
Like,
We haven't
just-
even heard
just
the
from-
story yet.
Just from the communication.
So her mom caved in and said she could go, but she had to be back by curfew. But
Which
at the
is what-
same
what-
time,
what
we don't
time?
know what curfew is.
Yeah, like
10,
4 a.m.
It probably,
11,
yeah.
10,
I
yeah.
mean,
I would
she's
say
15.
like 10.
When are you going to let your girls out till?
Oh, at 15? Fucking 7:30? Like, till like, fucking sun is like, it's like, and sun's at 45 degrees, your fucking ass better be home.
Yeah.
Like,
Sundown.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Sundown. So I don't know. We don't know what that meant, right?
Yeah.
So Martha and her two friends, Jeffrey and Helen, were to meet Tommy and Michael at the Skakel residence.
Oh, the two fucking Tommy and Michael, two fucking hellraisers.
That's right. So they were going to walk over there and they were going to meet them right before 9 o'clock. When they arrived, they piled into a parked Lincoln on the Skakel's driveway.
Okay.
Right?
I gotta say, the Moxie residence is far larger
Yeah.
than the
Oh,
Skakel residence. Just
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
That's like 3 times larger.
Yeah, they're killing it. Yeah.
So they sat in the Lincoln in the driveway. Martha was in between Tommy and Michael in the front seat, and the two friends that were with them were in the back seat. They remained there listening to music until around 9:30, when
Which
two
is like already
others-
past curfew.
Yeah, when and they're just sitting in the listening to tunes. Yeah, hey, check this out. This is a little thing called Bob Dylan. Check it out.
Check this shit
Check
out.
this shit out. Put in that track.
He just dropped this.
You know, they're like, he don't miss.
Yeah.
He don't
Yeah.
miss.
Yeah.
I love that. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So then two other Skakel brothers came and their cousins.
Wait, there's more Skakel brothers?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
there's
like
tons.
5 others.
Oh,
like
that's right.
5
They
of
like
them. Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
So like
but-
they're like the older
There
brothers.
was 7 of them
Yeah.
total.
They're the real Hellraisers coming.
Yeah.
And cousins.
And a cousin showed up named Jim. They said they needed the car to go to Jim's house to watch the new premiere of Monty Python's Flying Circus. Just to give you an idea of the time. This is the time.
This
Dates the story. Yeah, exactly. Michael also tagged along to this premiere, leaving Martha, her two friends, and Tommy behind at Skakel residence.
Okay.
Okay.
So, okay.
So Michael's gone. Tommy and Martha began flirtatiously playing around, pushing each other, eventually leading to Tommy playfully pushing Martha down on the ground,
And raping
falling
her.
on top of her. And at this point, Martha's other two friends felt a little awkward and decided to leave.
Oh, great. What a
What?
shitty friends.
Yeah,
You know what?
seriously.
We're just going to let this thing happen, so we're going to
We're
dip.
just
But
gonna let it
they
play out
couldn't.
as it.
Apparently, it was like, oh, they're getting into it. Like they're
No,
flirting. Oh, this is
Oh.
more of like a date night.
Like
but
that
This is-
awkward when somebody starts making out and you're like, oh, you're like the only one there.
You're
like,
like-
the third wheel, you're,
You're
like,
like,
oh.
I'm going to go
Yeah.
find food. Get the fuck out of
They decided to leave. Okay. This would be the last confirmed time that anybody other than Michael or Tommy saw Martha.
See, the thing about that is that I feel like she was probably just trying to be nice. Like, ha ha ha, like, get the fuck away from me.
That's what it sounds
Because
like.
clearly,
Possible.
based on her fucking diary entry, she's
Also-
like, I don't trust these motherfuckers.
Also, she has a boyfriend.
I know. So she's
True.
not, and she doesn't seem like she's clearly not
Yeah.
into him.
Yeah.
And so he's like, ha 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 ha, and she's like, please
Yeah.
stop. And her friends were like, well, fuck her. And then she's like, why are you leaving me?
Right.
Oh.
So that was 9:30 p.m.
This is fucked.
Yeah. So 1 a.m. comes.
That's a
Dorotha Moxley started to get worried.
The mom?
The mom.
Yeah, the mom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the mom started to get worried.
Mhm.
She hadn't been home. She started calling around to neighbors. She was like, "What is going on?" She couldn't find. Nobody saw, or nobody replied saying they saw her. Nothing.
Yeah, see,
3:48 a.m.
that's when I'm in the neighborhood. Fucking, I'm
Yeah.
kicking doors down. Like, I'll fucking pay for the damages.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, especially this neighborhood, you got what, maybe 10 houses?
I know.
Oh, yeah,
it's
it's like,
not
Go
a
knock
lot.
on each one.
oh no,
There's not a lot.
I'm going donkey
I know.
kicking those fucking doors. Like, you have 5 seconds to open the door. I'm shooting the fucking door down. Like,
So at 3:48 a.m., she decided to call the police.
I would have called the police
Yeah.
at fucking at
But
9:35.
don't forget, the week before she was out till 4.
Hence why I
So
would have called
that's
the.
why there's a little bit of,
Yeah.
you go, oh, maybe she's coming back.
Right, it's kind of like, oh, he did it. She did it
She
again.
did again. She broke it. She's in trouble.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit in the
dark.
Yeah, in the
with
lounge.
like a whiskey.
Yeah, yeah. With a fireplace in Connecticut.
I'm
and just-
I'm gonna turn on the lamp as soon as she
Yes.
walks in.
Look in the dark.
It's like,
Hello, mother.
Yeah.
Turn on the
Where
light.
were you?
No, it's like in a robe.
oh, that's the worst. Like
So
whenever
all-
you get home, like, and then like your
And
mom
you're trying to
or
be all
something-
sneaky, like
those, yeah, those words all of a sudden, like, where were you? Do you know what time it is?
I know.
Oh my god.
See, my mom was a little more rough. It was
Well,
more
yeah.
like
She'd like hit you.
she's like, you're fucked. like that's what it would be like.
I can imagine her just hitting you, just smacking you
And
backhanded.
she's also so small.
Says nothing.
I wouldn't see her at eye level, so I would just get hit from like underneath, like, shocking,
Yeah, but it would be very
like
painful.
uppercutted in
Yes.
the throat.
Yeah, it'd be very painful.
Dude, she's punched me in the throat. Well, not punched. She open hand me in the throat before. It fucking sucks.
Like knife handed you?
oh, dude, like open hand, like a Steven Seagal, like a fucking dude. It was terrible. I dropped to the ground. I was like crippled. It was terrible. I got away with that. Steven
I could just
Seagal.
picture you like on your
I know, it was like my tiny mom, like, "Get out!" And I was like, oh, fuck.
It's true.
And then she walked away. She like let me sit there, like, and then she walked
Even
upstairs and this dipped. I'm like,
She's like,
fuck.
okay, that's enough.
Yeah,
She's like, bitch.
I got it. I got it. So by
her
that time,
brother-
the brother got home, and the brother started going around town,
Okay,
around the
good.
neighborhood, and
Good brother.
like,
There
what's
you go.
going on. And so
So
by-
even the brother's getting home at 4 a.m. Like it's a normal
well,
thing.
no, he didn't. It wasn't quite 4 when he got home. He got home at like 1ish.
Well, she called the cops at like 3.
Yeah, so by,
something.
he started walking around, asking around, that sort of thing, and then nothing came of it. So
Yeah, there's
3:48.
there's no fucking iPhone at this time.
Yeah,
so.
so 3:48 came around. She called the cops,
Mhm.
and then by that time, they more thought it was because she had been out the week before.
They're like,
Yeah,
oh, she's a
they're
young
like,
girl.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Halloween. You know,
Right.
okay, we'll have a car drive by, and that's about it. You know.
They didn't
So
really
then
give
the
a shit.
next morning came around, and Dorothy actually went to the Skakel house.
Oh yeah.
She just went there and she knocked on the door, and Michael answered the door. And
Okay.
she said, and this is an interview that she did, it says, he didn't look healthy. Actually, I think he looked hungover.
Probably. He went
Yeah.
to the Monty Python,
Yeah.
couple beers.
So despite that, Michael was not able to give any good news. He just said he didn't see her since 9:30 the night before. And unfortunately, that's all the data. So then she went back home. Okay. So, and then the next part's a little rough. So, if you have kids listening, don't do that anymore.
Yeah, like if you're in the car road tripping,
Yeah.
it's like
Just
quick
do a little thing,
pause.
Yeah.
You know?
So the following morning, which was actually Halloween, the search began in earnest for Martha Moxley. At noon, Martha's body was found, discovered face down under a tree near the back of the Moxley's property.
Oh, like what?
On their own
On her
property.
own fucking property?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
On their own property.
Wait, they didn't.
So here's the thing. So why didn't they find it? They weren't looking for her at home.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
You would
right.
not go
I
out
was just
and,
about to
like-
say
So the
like
cops-
I'm gonna check
And
my
remember,
back.
it's
I'm gonna check
3
my
acres.
backyard. Yeah,
Like,
Yes.
You know, you're not
Yes.
going to go search your whole property.
That's a
and-
good point.
With
Yeah.
flashlights
You
or
would,
you
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
That's the last place I'd look.
Right. So by 12:30 p.m., the area was roped off. Steve Carroll was among the first investigators to approach the body, and he said it was a site that haunted him for a long time. We didn't actually know what color her hair was because there was so much blood.
Oh God.
Damn.
Yeah. And there were all these blows to her head, and then we could see the path where she was dragged through the grass to her final resting place.
Oh, so they were. So homie dropped her off.
Somebody
at the crib.
Placed her there, yeah.
Yeah. And so you can see, actually, there are photos, and we'll post this on our Patreon.
Oh, here, there might be. I
There's
think they're
photos
over here.
of the grass as part of
over
evidence
here.
because you can see somebody dragged to her body.
Oh, okay, this is
dragged
this
her
is some
body.
other shit. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh wow, yeah, you can see the line. There's actual. It's a
Oh, yeah,
clear.
that-
It's a
that-
clear line.
That's what, I mean,
Where
30, 40, 50 feet or so.
90. She was dragged 90 feet.
Oh, is this that little fucker?
That's Tommy.
Okay, he looks like a little bitch.
Yeah.
Little motherfucker.
I know. Dude, I'd fucking. Oh my god. I'm like, cool. You know what? I'll make it in jail. If it comes to that, I'll survive.
Yeah. So that's her body right there.
Yeah. So she's like, okay,
Yeah,
under
yeah.
the tree there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. From what they could establish, she was struck in the head 8 to 9 times with a blunt object. They found near her body a 6-iron golf club.
So it's a murder weapon.
Mm.
So that's the murder weapon. It's a 6-iron, right?
Yeah. So here they actually have. There's a picture here. There's the actual 6 iron.
So she was hit so violently that it broke into 4 pieces. The club head broke off, and then another piece broke off from the actual golf club.
From the
Do you know what I mean? So she's just getting hit, so it's shattered into 4 pieces. So then the last part of it, which is really rough. So just imagine the golf club is hit
and it breaks.
And then it's just the shaft.
Yeah.
And that was stabbed into her neck.
Oh my God. This is fucking brutal.
Yeah.
Like why was there so much rage?
right.
Now,
It's like that's like rage. Like that's,
So-
that's not like, oh, I made a mistake. Oh,
No,
that's
no,
like
no.
I hate you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking
but it was also a piece where the handle was not on it. Does
For
that make sense?
fingerprints.
That's right.
Oh, so they took the handle, they left the rest of the shit.
The handle's never been found.
Okay. I have questions, but,
But
I'm gonna
you know
wait.
what I mean?
I'm gonna wait
The
till
other
the
part
end.
is
I'm gonna
stuck
wait till
there.
the, I'm gonna
Yeah,
wait
yeah,
till the
tracking?
end to bring
Okay,
up
good.
the other points I
Okay,
have
good.
with
So
this.
most
In
likely
addition-
they stab and then broke off the handle, then took off.
Good
Probably.
question. Yeah,
I don't. Yeah,
know.
I
Good
mean, I
question.
don't.
Because otherwise, then it would be fingerprints on the shaft too, like at the other end.
Right. True. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True.
Hmm.
Yeah. She was face down. And here's the strange part. Her pants and her underwear were pulled down and below her knees.
Okay.
And there were red marks on her upper thighs. And
Probably from being dragged.
yeah, and it was consistent though with bloody hands trying to push the legs apart.
Oh, so like she was right after
Then-
after bludgeoning.
No, and then the autopsy came out, no sexual activity.
What the fuck?
What?
Oh, maybe he couldn't do it. Maybe like, oh, you imagine? Okay, imagine you're young. I'm not, I'm not saying it's Tommy. I'm just saying, imagine like you're young and then you finally force your way into it and like you can't perform.
You're like, what have I done?
And then you're so embarrassed. No, like he's like, penis isn't working. Then he's so embarrassed, and then don't mock me. You get rage because it's then your own insecurities fucking implode,
right?
and then
Possible.
you fucking
Yeah.
No, but that doesn't make sense because there was blood.
Yeah, so let me tell you a little bit more
So
about
this was
Let me-
after
let
the
me tell you a
rage
little
and
bit
the
about-
murder.
Let me
that's a good
let me tell
point.
you about the blood
Uh-huh.
workup, right? Okay, so there was a trail. There's a trail of blood, and it was determined that she had been attacked from behind, meaning so she was walking home.
Right.
She was walking up her driveway, and she was hit first.
Oh, so they found like blood in the driveway?
Yeah,
Oh shit! So
Yeah.
she was almost.
she was trying to return
Fuck!
home, and she got hit from
God
behind.
damn it! That's why
Right?
you don't have fucking
Yes.
a mile long driveway. Fuck.
So after being hit, she stumbled off and either fell or was pushed, and was then stabbed in the neck after the blood trail and after the blood pool.
So you're saying that it happened in
That's what they're saying. I don't know. We don't
in
know.
the
don't know the
front of the
secret.
house and then
Drag.
and then
to the-
drag the 90 feet.
Do you think maybe they pulled the pants down to like to make it look like a sexual assault?
Mm,
I
Well, let's
know.
get
That's
through it,
so
and then we can go
confusing.
through what are
Yeah.
the questions that
Okay,
you know.
okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So then the attacker dragged her body, partially dragged her by the feet first, and then had some sort of trouble or changed and started dragging by the shoulders later.
Okay.
It was about 80 to 90 feet, and she was left behind the pine tree where she was found. But it wasn't until 5:30 p.m. that her body was transferred to the morgue. By this time, the police had left the body unattended for hours and hours.
What the fuck? God damn, in the fucking 70s, they had no like protocols in
I
place.
know,
Like,
right?
it's fucking bullshit.
So much so that there were even like dogs walking around and cars driving up and out into the crime scene and just
There's no quote unquote chain
No.
of custody where it's
None of
like
that, right?
you know that something hasn't been tampered with from the moment it is
Right.
found to the moment it's transferred.
right. Now, some people say that the reason why is because in that neighborhood or in that town, there hadn't been a murder in 30 years.
So they had no idea what to
So
do. They're like, fuck.
30 years means nobody on the force
Has ever
experienced
ever
it
covered
in
this,
any
yeah.
way, shape, or form. And there's no forensic files in 1975,
No.
or whatever. So, meaning
They don't know what to do.
They don't know what
everybody's
to
just
do.
used to just chilling at their desk
Just
all
chilling.
day
Yeah,
long.
they're used to like drunken disorderlies.
Yeah,
and that's it.
Her death was determined to be between, and this is outrageous, and this is gonna fucking piss you off. Her death was marked as between 9:30 p.m. and 5:30 a.m. So there's a 9-hour window of the possibilities of when it could have happened based on the report.
I mean, I could have said that. I mean, literally.
It happened in the 24-hour period.
The last time they saw her was 9:30, and they found her at noon. So they were like between 9:30 and noon when we found them. Of course, that's just the most. This is stupidest fucking thing.
Yeah,
they didn't do
it's the
any
worst.
math.
That does piss me off.
Right. And it keeps getting worse, actually. You're going to keep hearing it. It's just going to get worse. So basically, the main problem with that,
I need more guns.
the main problem with that is because the autopsy was delayed. So they couldn't actually properly measure rigor mortis.
Oh, because it was. First of all, why is the fucking autopsy delayed?
Yeah. So, okay, the autopsy was seriously delayed, making it difficult to place an accurate time of death. Due to the inexperience of the police force, the crime scene itself wasn't preserved. There were dogs roaming around through the crime scene near the body.
Like
so literally,
sniffing it, like
what
licking it
do
and shit?
dogs do?
They like eat fucking shit.
They eat, lick everything, and they just dig
They
and
piss
this,
on- they
yes,
piss on it? Yeah, like-
Based on reports of Martha last being seen at the Skakel residence, they also investigated the property where they found a golf club set that belonged to the Skakel's mom who died.
And was
So
it
the
same-
set
was it-
matched.
It matched.
I mean, that was my one question. I was like,
matched.
why don't they just like go into the
Yes.
garage and
So here's
you're
the
missing a 6 iron. This is weird. Like,
So here's the even weirder part. On the handle is her name engraved on every club.
I mean,
But it's
that's
on the
not
hand- but it's
that's
on
not-
the
It's on the
that's not-
handle.
That's not that fucking weird. Like it's just
So-
everything's pointing to
no,
him.
but they
So
didn't
they-
find the handle though. The
They
handle
didn't find the handle.
Oh, on the handle. Okay.
Yeah,
I
not
thought-
on
all
I
the
thought
other
club-
clubs.
Yeah, yeah.
All the other clubs have her initials.
Yeah, but they were missing a 6 iron.
They were missing a 6 iron.
I mean, come on, it's an open fucking shut case. This is ridiculous.
Yeah. But who?
Fucking Tommy Cuntface
Or Michael?
Michael was at
Yeah.
the movies.
Allegedly.
Maybe.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah,
Allegedly. That's why he answers the door. He's like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
So the
Fuck
police,
outta here.
the police investigated it, and they found that they did check in almost every house, and it was the only set that was that kind of set, because you can see what brand
It's
is.
like
and
TP. What is that?
yeah, it's a specific brand
It's almost
of
like a TP.
yeah.
Something like that.
So we have it here. They're Tony Penna.
Yeah,
6
TP.
iron golf clubs.
TP.
Yeah,
I can read.
yeah.
Test my fucking reading.
Okay, so the dad, though, stated in an interview that the kids would often leave the golf clubs in the backyard or leave them out of the garage, meaning anybody
Anybody
could
can
have
get it.
taken
Yeah,
them.
right.
First of all, I call bullshit.
Shut the
The
fuck
kids would constantly use their mother's golf club set.
Yeah, come on.
I mean, come on. You know they're
And they
rich.
would constantly leave it out,
And they're-
so
and they're-
anybody can
And they're
grab
rich.
it.
They got their own fucking
Yes.
clubs.
Yep.
Let's use mom's clubs.
Right. Okay, here's another weird point in this. Okay, the Connecticut police force had Julie Skakel search the property for evidence.
Who's Julie Skakel?
Sister of
Why
the
they
Skakels.
Oh my god! Are you kidding me?
What?
So they said, hey, go check your property for anything weird.
Was she on the force?
No, she's just a sister.
Oh my
Oh my god! Great
like-
police work.
They're like, hey, Tommy, tell me if you find anything out of, why don't you just do a quick scan,
Yeah.
check it out, and then throw away anything
So,
that's in
so conspiracy theorists
Oh, they were like,
believe that the Skakels, everybody knows who the Skakels are.
They're on the
And so
take.
they trust them. No, they're not quite the take, but more like it's the Kennedys. It's go check it out. You check it out, and we trust
You're
you.
stand up,
You're
people.
fine. Yeah.
look at your
Yeah.
your cousin,
You know what I mean?
Especially in this-
your cousin's the fucking the chief. What is it?
Yeah.
The attorney
The
general.
DA or
Your
no,
cousin-
yeah,
your
the
cousin-
Attorney General.
Your
Yeah.
cousin's the attorney general. He was fucking.
Yeah. He was dead by then, but
You know what I mean? Though.
Yeah,
yeah,
Jesus.
yeah, I get what you're saying. But Ted was a congressman.
Yeah. Well,
You
Ted
know,
was
well,
a piece of
Ted
shit.
just did
Yeah,
quitting.
Ted
They didn't
just
even
murdered
think,
somebody.
That's what's crazy is you're a cop and you don't
True.
go.
That's
you don't
true.
go. Oh yeah, well Kenny just fucking killed the
Straight-
girl.
and he was
like
like
a week ago.
And he's like, I just swam.
that
I
wild?
swam the English Channel, and
I know.
I had a fucking breakfast. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Following the discovery of the body, police began questioning friends that had been with Martha on the night. So all those other people.
Her
right?
loser friends who
Yeah.
bailed on her.
Honestly.
Fucking dicks.
So everybody discovered that the last person she was alive with was Tommy.
Yeah.
Last person. He quickly became the prime suspect in the case.
Well, no shit. I mean,
Yeah.
that'd be the fucking Sherlock Holmes to figure that out. Like,
At 3 p.m., the detectives were at the Skakel residence and questioned the Skakel family and their new tutor, which was named Ken Littleton. This one's weird, okay? Ken Littleton was a live-in tutor who just joined the family the day before.
Oh, so maybe, so maybe Tommy like drops her off. He's like, fine, I didn't get laid. I'm gonna go home and drink some more whiskey. Ooh. and Ken Littleton's like, ooh, what do we have in
Let me follow her.
Yeah, it's like,
Possibly.
he's
So,
like, look at this little six
so that's
iron
one
here.
of the theories. That's one of the theories is that he is just an
Okay, but-
unknown,
Sketch motherfucker.
bad timing.
First of all,
you know.
and who has a live-in tutor?
I know,
Not
right?
even a nanny, it's a tutor.
Also,
Live
could
here
you-
and teach me.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine you? Okay, I start a new job, and then a girl dies in the backyard.
And you're like,
that day.
I quit.
So that was he was there the day before.
day before.
So it's not like she would have even put him into the diary.
Nothing.
Like there's nothing.
Nothing.
About
oh, it's
this
like
guy.
nothing.
the perfect crime.
So, but here's the problem: is with his story, with him being a suspect,
Mhm.
there's nothing.
they're not like where he was, like where he's like, oh, he's at
We
the
don't
house.
even know if she met him.
Right.
But
there's
but,
no-
But do they know where he was? Did he say
He's
like
watching TV in the house, the 9,000 or one of the not 9,000, but
But what was he?
similar size
Yeah,
house.
Yeah.
No, but was he? You know, do they
Yeah, like-
corroborate that?
Yeah, I'll
But,
give you a
like,
little bit
not-
more.
Alibi.
Alibi.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll give you a little bit more. Okay. So the detectives are now at the house, right? Michael Skagel provided an alibi to police, saying that after returning home from his cousin's house at around 11:20
Mhm.
from the movie thing that you're talking about,
Yeah.
he went to bed. Okay. Julie is the sister.
Mhm.
Julie noted that she had been in her bedroom around 11:25 and she heard noises coming from downstairs, but she didn't investigate it.
I wonder what kind of noises she heard.
I know, right? John Skakel, which is another Skakel brother,
Mhm.
yeah, verified this report and said he also heard shuffling noises from someone entering or leaving the house from the back mudroom around this time. Ken Littleton said that he hadn't gone out after dinner and had been watching TV around 10 p.m. when he was later joined by Tommy.
Oh, at
So-
what time?
10 p.m.
So who was joined by Tommy?
No, Ken was watching TV. The tutor
Okay.
was watching TV, and he said Tommy joined him at around 10 p.m. to watch TV.
Oh, so Tommy was his alibi.
Yes.
Sketch.
Ken said he saw nothing. He said he saw nothing suspicious. Tommy Skakel was then taken into police for questioning, was there nearly 5 hours. In his report, he claimed that he and Martha were flirting, and the last he saw her was around 9:30.
When he fell on top of her.
Yes.
Flirty flirt. Oopsies.
That's assault, brother.
I was like, oh, you don't want this? Sorry, I'm not doing it on purpose. Ooh.
So he says the last time he saw her was 9:30 p.m. when she returned home for curfew. And he went inside to work on a school assignment about Abraham Lincoln.
That is such bullshit. That is the biggest lie I've ever heard.
Yeah, but if it's true that he did go back and
No, I'm
he-
saying that
and
the-
he saw the tutor at 10, then it's not enough time for him. If he did commit this murder, then it's like he would be full
9:30 though, right?
No,
The last time he saw her was at 9:30. So
But then
between
he was-
9:30 and 10, he
What did he
went.
do?
He followed her home. He murdered her. He moved the body and had time to go back and clean up, and
I
then
mean-
saw the tutor at 10.
True, because
That-
it was
that
a
doesn't-
bloody
that
bloody
doesn't
scene.
seem. I'm just saying he wasn't doing this Abraham Lincoln assignment. That's
I
all.
see.
No,
I
that's
see.
bullshit.
That's bullshit.
fucking bullshit.
I'm not saying
I
he
see.
murdered. I'm just saying the Abraham Lincoln
Yeah.
assignment is a full lie. It's 100% lie.
Yeah, okay.
But no,
Okay.
you're right. That does almost rule
so,
Tommy
so either
out.
the tutor's lying.
Or it's the
Right.
younger brother
Or-
Michael who's fucking. Ooh, Tommy's not gonna beat me. Heard they were flirting. I'm a fucking swoop in.
But then he says he didn't get home until 11.
Ooh.
11:25.
Oh, Michael's the prime sussy now.
See all that?
Michael's my new guy on the hit list.
I love how it changes throughout the
Yeah,
story.
I'm like, Tommy's dead.
It's like a
That
crime.
tutor motherfucker.
I know, piece of shit.
It's like the crime movies where you change your mind who the
Yeah,
killer is
yeah.
throughout the whole movie. Yeah, I know. So not long after the initial round of questioning, the Skakel father decided that the family was done cooperating with police.
Okay.
Okay.
We're done.
Yeah, it's time to lawyer up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
got my rights.
Yes. So he refused the police to look into the boys' school records, into their mental health records, none of that. Now,
They need like permission. Why don't they just be
Yeah.
like subpoena?
well, because
Well,
I don't really answer that actually.
Yeah, can't you just be like,
until they're actually getting tried. and
Until
then-
they're charged.
well, no,
charged.
no,
Charged.
no,
There
you
you
don't,
go.
Right?
you don't have to be charged. All you do is you get a judge to be like, hey,
Oh, it's a warrant.
yeah, it's a subpoena, like,
Yeah,
or
okay.
it was you subpoena the records. You're like, hey, the
Mm.
the law says I can see it.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that.
before they charge him.
Yeah, no, you because
Well, they have to have a reason.
Well, the reason is they're
Well,
the prime,
they're
the
the
prime
order.
suspect.
Yeah,
the
you're
prime
right.
suspect. You're
You're
like,
right.
I'm asking for this data to prove that they are the
Got
bad
it.
I
guy.
would agree with you.
Yeah,
The only thing I would say is I don't know the law in 1975 and in Connecticut.
And when in the rich community.
And you're a
Exactly.
yeah, and you're a
the police.
You want to be the one and
Yeah.
start investigating this
I know.
family.
Yeah, the
Right.
police actually have no rights.
Yeah, exactly.
In Greenwich.
Yeah. Okay, but what's really important in this entire story is to remember the alibis.
Okay.
Remember what they said, because that's really important.
Tommy, the teacher, Michael doesn't really have one.
Yeah.
All right, got it.
Except for his cousin, I guess. I don't know what the cousin's going to say. We'll see.
Okay, so here's what will drive us crazy throughout until the end of this. So despite all this, it sounds like a lot of circumstantial evidence. That's really what it is, right?
Yeah.
Because here's the problem. They found no physical evidence.
The only physical evidence they have is
No fingerprints, no clothing, no
but the
bloodstains.
The physical evidence is the golf club that came from their house. That's the only.
Circumstantial.
Well, because someone could have stolen it.
That's right. But there's no fibers. There's no blood stains on anybody's clothes in the house because they never even searched the house.
There's no semen samples. There's
Nothing. Yes, none of that. Right. What he's kind of saying is that there's 5 hours of statements that's what you have, and you don't need to do it.
And
anymore.
he was like a minor, so like
Yeah.
the dad had to be there
Yeah.
too.
So they're like, charge him
Or fuck off.
or fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So they didn't have enough because they had no physical evidence.
No, they didn't have there was no
Yeah.
DNA.
Well, they have
Right.
the clubs.
They have the
and
clubs with no fingerprints.
No, but I'm saying like he
But it
happens
was
to be
still
missing
from
the
their
exact
house.
same, and
Yeah.
they happen to be missing the 6-iron. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's only
Come on now.
There's only 12 6-irons in this entire village here.
Yeah,
Like,
seriously.
So there you go. No fingerprints, fibers, hair. Now this is a gruesome murder.
oh, it's super. Yeah.
So there would be blood elsewhere. There would be something.
There's got to be
elsewhere.
clothes
There
with
would be-
blood. Like,
yeah.
There's got to
no
be some-
clothes,
I don't
but
know,
they
there
don't.
was hairs.
But they didn't search the house like they were supposed to.
Well, they had the.
They had
Julie.
Julie.
do it.
Julie, tell me if you find anything suspicious, Julie.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
She's like, I didn't find anything.
Isn't that,
I
isn't
looked.
that insane?
fucking
Inept.
crazy.
I don't even want to call it inept. I just want to call it like
It's insanity.
because you just know a guy.
It's literally
Right?
it's
Like,
like,
you just
imagine
know-
it's like I killed
Yeah.
my neighbor, or like there's like all this. Oh well, you were the last one to see him. Sean, why don't you just go look in your house? Just tell me if like
See if it's
anything's
okay.
like aloof in there.
Yeah.
And I come back and I just did a thorough sweep.
Right.
Not a one. There's nothing.
Right.
I had a bonfire last night. Not a big deal. I didn't burn any clothes or any evidence at all.
right.
Trust me.
So, I mean, so here we are, and basically what happened is, it went dead. It went. What do they call it?
Cold. Went cold. Cold
It went
case. Yeah.
cold for 16 years,
That's so many years.
and then in 1991, a man by the name of William Kennedy was accused and went on trial for rape.
What do you know?
And the rumor started that he was possibly at the crime scene of the Skakel.
Wow, really? Okay,
Billy
okay.
Bill.
Billy.
Now,
Billy.
and I'm telling you, he was found. That was debunked, right? But it opened the case again.
Oh, thank God. They
And
were like,
because of that,
they're like Kennedy's candy bad
that's
shit.
right. Because of that, it opened up. Then they found a suspect. They charged him, and he went to trial.
16 years later, fucking idiots.
16 years later.
Jesus.
So that's where we're gonna wrap up for part one
Part uno.
of
We got
Martha
juicy
Moxley.
part 2
Yeah.
coming up for you guys.
Yeah, that's
Juicy.
right. That's right.
Oh my
So
God.
where are you at right now is the question.
Everything points to Tommy right now.
Tommy?
Yeah.
I mean, I was leaning Tommy. I'm thinking more Michael now. I'm feeling more Michael. And I'm also
I want to give you a taste. I want to give Sean a taste.
He can't wait.
No,
I'm
you
gonna just
can't.
give you.
Don't ruin
I
it for
want-
the
no,
listeners.
Oh, there's like
Don't stop it.
there's Peepin' Tom stuff. There's stuff.
My thing is, if I was Papa Moxley, oh dude, I would have rained fire on. They would all. I would have been like
On the kids?
Oh my God,
Hell
they'd
yeah.
there'd have been a slew of other murders. I'm like, I don't know what I was out of town. I look, here's my itinerary.
I happen to be missing my own 6 iron now.
I'm missing 6 magazines from my fucking
Yeah,
from
that
my
too,
AR-15.
that too.
I don't know what happened.
The 6-iron killer.
6-iron killer.
That's not funny. It's
really
not
not.
funny.
I don't
This is not funny.
Start a serial killer, and then everybody started saying,
Right.
"Oh, I happen to be the serial killer."
I'd be like, look, I searched my house. I found nothing.
So by
at all.
this time we have the following suspects, I guess you would call it, right?
Mhm.
You have
Tommy.
you have Tommy, you have
Michael.
Michael, you have the tutor,
The tutor, tutor.
right? And then maybe the friends.
Possibly a tutor. I mean, the tutor is
Tutor is
Tutor's
just a
super
random.
loose.
He's just
I
getting thrown in.
know.
He's just
I
getting
know, it
dragged through it.
sucks.
He's like, I just got the best job of my life. Yeah. And then he's
I
like,
know.
Bernie's like, I was just watching TV. I don't know what you want. He's watching,
next day there's
he's
a
watching
murder.
reruns of The Price is Right. Fuck
Talk
off.
about being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Literally.
Jesus.
I know he just
I'm
still some of their
sorry.
dinner,
But
and he's
still,
like,
he's on the
suckers.
list.
I don't know where Ken is, but Jesus.
This poor guy. It's like he's never been the same. He's fucking crack right now. Like,
Okay. Well, what do you think?
And
is
that's
Tommy?
it. So we got
No,
3.
no,
we
he-
got
I mean,
3
he
on
thinks
the
as
list.
of now,
no, he
right?
thinks it's Tommy.
Yeah, I think it's Tommy. I think
it's
everything
I
is
think
pointing
it's
to Tommy.
I think it's
Okay.
Michael because the fact that the
He's old enough to be that. It's not like he's a kid. He's
he's 15.
15.
No, but my thing is, I think
Right?
Yeah.
because
Like that's enough to.
Hell
my
yeah.
thing is just because
Yeah.
Tommy, at least he's getting corroborated by the tutor, who I think has nothing to do with it.
Mm,
I think the tutor is literally just a dude, and he's Tommy came home. He's like, what do you want me
feel
to
bad
say?
for this
Poor
guy.
guy.
Yeah.
Watch him be literally the most dirty motherfucker ever.
Right.
We don't know anything about him.
Right.
He's like the Zodiac killer.
yeah.
it's fucking.
Well, it's wild because the next episode is. I mean, Mark Furman is involved. You know the.
Again?
You know the
Crazy.
Mark Furman
the
from
race-
OJ.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
racist cop in OJ. He gets involved
who
in this.
ruined the case?
Yeah.
He's like, I've never said the N word, except for the 800 times I said it on video.
I know Robert F. Kennedy gets involved, Jr.
Of course.
You know, so there's a lot. It's actually a wild story. And
I mean, this is
yeah.
like the Johnny
wild
Depp. This,
so
is like, this is like the
far.
Johnny Depp case
Yeah.
in the past. No, I was
You're going with Michael.
I was totally leaning Tommy hard. I was
Yeah.
like, Tommy
Yeah.
all the way. I wasn't even listening to you.
Until
I was
the
like,
tutor or what?
Until the tutor was like, yeah, he came home at 10, which 30 minutes.
No, he didn't say he came home at 10.
Yes,
said
he did.
Oh, that Tommy
10:20.
came home at 10.
He said that
10,
Tommy
20.
came at 10:20.
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
still, enough time to beat her to
not
death.
No,
10:20.
you're right. You're not.
It was at
it's
10
not 10:20.
The other guy was 11:20.
The other guy
11:20 was
was
Michael.
Yep.
Michael.
That's why I was like, okay.
He had more time.
30 minutes
right.
to follow her home, which is it's not a it's like a that you have to run
Right.
to that fucking house.
You said 30 minutes?
If he last time he saw her, last known sighting of her
You could
9:30.
do that. That's not very far.
Okay.
That's
She
a block.
No, drop her off at home. She's walking up, beat her, drag her 90 fucking yards
Yeah.
to the tree, take her pants down. You're covered in blood to get home, and you're not covered in blood magically.
Wait, did we say that Tommy dropped her off at home? He said he just saw
no,
her
the
last
last
time he saw
time
her.
he saw her.
Okay,
But I'm saying,
okay.
but imagine Tommy had to at least follow her home.
Per his alibi or his statement, he said that she had to be home by curfew.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he
Right?
followed her home.
No, but I'm saying, the last time they were seen together was 9:30. If he's showing back up at the house at 10, not covered in blood, how would he have changed clothes?
There's going to be blood.
No,
There's-
he didn't. He
there's
didn't,
a
he
whole
didn't come
pool.
back to the house. The
Dude.
tutor just said he came to meet him at 10.
And the tutor saw him. He wasn't covered in blood, was he?
She was hit 6 times with a 6-iron.
Dude,
No,
he
you're
would have
right.
been
You're right.
covered in
So
much
I'm
blood.
just
blood,
saying.
Yeah.
I'm
right?
trying to get the details right.
Yeah,
so,
Yeah, okay.
but so then Michael did have time.
He had 11:20, more than enough time.
11:20. That's right.
20.
Yeah, more than enough time.
So
So the last time she was
9:30.
seen was 9:30.
Yes. And then homie came back at 10, 30 minutes later.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying.
We don't know
there's
if he
time.
came back.
Here's
we're,
the
we're
thing
just saying
is
that he
from-
showed up with the tutor.
or
at
he's
10.
like, yo. And then
Yeah.
he goes
Yeah,
upstairs
true.
like it's true.
From where we're at right now, it seems like they both could have.
Or maybe they both did.
Sounds like there's enough time for both of them to pull it off.
Technically
Tommy
true.
less. Tommy
Tommy
less.
less time.
But
Tell
Michael
me less,
more.
unless you
But
know,
Michael was also
unless the
elsewhere.
9:30, and then unless the
So, but
9:30
what-
thing is not accurate, he's just saying 9:30.
Yeah, but maybe Michael's like, oh, I forgot my wallet. I gotta go. And they're, okay, whatever. Well, we're still watching this movie.
Right.
So then he gets home right around 9:30.
Or
he
maybe-
sees that she's leaving.
Oh, maybe he comes back and maybe he forgot something, comes back and sees them all flirty and he's like, motherfucker. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna fucking, oh, I'm so angry. Tommy gets everything. And then he's so pissed, And then it goes in like
Yeah, but if he was in that much rage and then he saw them, he probably would have fucking gone up to the brother and be like, motherfucker, and like started trying to fight the brother.
there's a reason why.
So that's what I'm saying.
True.
He probably got home and then he sees that she's walking home and then he's, oh, there she is. I'm gonna follow her. And
Let me
then
grab my 6-iron.
no, but
just in case.
That's true. Why would he be so enraged just by getting home and seeing her go grab the 6-iron? Like, what's his motive?
But maybe the motive is that when he saw them together, and maybe he saw them being a little flirty,
Jealous.
and they left, and he was, oh, she's lying because remember Michael had talked. She was like, I'm not into him.
Yeah.
And then he's like,
but she just said that to the diary.
She didn't. I thought she said it to Michael. No, she said she told
Well,
Michael.
she kept saying, "Get your hand off my thigh."
No.
Yeah.
In the diary she said she told Michael that because Michael was and he's
Yeah.
like, I'm
that's
not
right, that's
not
right.
into your brother. We're just friends.
Yeah.
And he's just friends, bitch. I just fucking saw you flirting. And he gets pissed and he's
Possible.
but he sees obviously Tommy leaves and then he's okay. You're gonna learn today.
Yeah.
And he gets all pissed and he
Yeah.
You know what fucked me up on this case was why was her pants pulled down?
Dude, I don't understand that either.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it.
It's actually super confusing.
Right? Like, I don't get it.
Well,
Unless maybe Sean was right, where it was he tried.
He tried and he
You know what I mean?
failed and he was like,
It's
he was like, you know what?
Logical, I guess.
Maybe after he hits her and he's like, oh, I'm gonna get mine. He's like, oh, I can't do it. Oh, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Like, and just leaves.
Wait, but you said she had blood on
her thighs. Yeah.
on her thigh.
but no fingerprints from that.
That's interesting.
Well,
too.
no recorded and pulled fingerprints.
Well, she was also laying there and they were
For
look,
8 hours,
The
12 hours.
dogs are coming by, like, "Rrr."
Yeah.
Great police work.
Literally
I
top
know,
notch.
I know.
Anyways,
All right. Well,
tune in.
We're gonna dive
next Tuesday.
Yeah, we're gonna dive more
No.
into.
We need
what?
to get your take.
Oh, my take. Well, I know a little bit more of the story, so I don't want to give mine away.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
Shut
know-
the fuck up, Eric.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I know.
Eric says a name we don't know. He's like, I think it was Tom Stevenson, and they're like, what?
Yeah. You're not off. I'll tell you that. You're not. You know what I mean?
Well, it's got to be
You're
one
not-
of the two boys. I mean, like,
Yeah.
it's got to be.
Well,
it's
you know,
either
not
Tommy or
so-
Michael.
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
But next week we're going to get into it's something called the Sutton Report, and it was a report put together by the dad to try to clear his kids' names, but it backfired.
Idiot.
Yeah, because it fucked everybody's alibi.
Oh shit.
Oh, and they're like, Dad, shut up. Dad, shut up. He's like, trust me, I fucking know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
The patriarch of this family.
Yeah, exactly. So there you go. Have a good one, everybody. Thanks
Yeah.
for coming by.
Let us know your thoughts so far. We'll probably put up a poll.
Yep.
Who do you think? Who do you think killed?
Yeah,
A, B, C, D, or other?
Yeah.
Hey, if you guys want to check out the pictures we were talking about, pictures of the diary, pictures of the 6-iron, we got pictures of that little motherfucker Tommy.
little bitch. Untrustworthy ass.
We're gonna be sharing these in our Patreon.
Yeah.
because
It only costs you
crazy
$2. $2 to get full access.
I know.
Sponsors.
I know.
You cannot Google it yourself.
Plus, you come hang out with us, and
Yeah.
we,
You get a lot of cool stuff.
yeah.
Super cool stuff.
Also, we solved Tupac's murder. So
I mean, come on. I don't know why we're not more famous.
I know.
Like, we
We
literally
are-
solved Tupac's
we're
murder.
1 for 50.
I know, it's
It's not bad.
I mean, well, technically, we were only really trying to solve Tupac's murder. We weren't trying to solve these other ones because they happened in the 60s.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we'll catch you guys later.
Night and night.